All right, let's do it.
Hello and welcome to the worst movie ever made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scucci and Bob Hassick. Hey guys, how are you and why are we doing this?
Personally speaking, I blew my back out yesterday. And you want to hear the story of how I did it?
Yes.
I was watching Old Dogs with John Travolta and Robin Williams, and I was just laughing so hard that I herniated my fourth and fifth vertebrae. I don't want to explain. I don't want to explain this movie this week, so I want to pass it on to Bob and yourself, Chris.
Yeah, I think it's my turn. So, Old Dogs is the movie. Old Dogs is about a wealthy marketing executive who learns that he fathered twins and has volunteered to parent them for a few weeks while their mom is in jail. and theoretical hilarity ensues as the father, with every resource affordable to a wealthy marketing executive, makes it all work out in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Imagine if you're incredibly wealthy and your children like to go to baseball games and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a succinct summary of this movie. It is a bullshit. It is Robin Williams. It is John Travolta at their worst. Seth Green. Many cameos we'll talk about later, but as for now, we'll throw it to YouTube to see how America and the larger world feel about Old Dogs.
You guys are both going to be very disappointed. I decided, because I couldn't believe what I was reading, so I got a sizable sample size to pull from. This is from the theatrical trailer, because for some reason the pay version of this that I normally go to for the comments, they were disabled. So I had to go to the trailer. I got 9 comments.
Wow.
And like I said, you guys will be disappointed. Number 1. Haha, one of the best comedies I've ever seen. Seriously, I was choking through laughing in theater. X capital D. So like an old like analog emoji going on there. Number 2. Got to be one of the funniest films I've seen for ages. Robin Williams still got it.
What are you talking
Number 3.
Oh, God.
I just about cried from laughing so hard. I'm looking forward to this one. Capital D, analog emoji. Number 4. My wife and I went to see this, and we, along with everyone else in the theater, were rolling on the floor laughing. ... This was a very funny movie. This is number 5, I think. Yeah. This was really good, especially for a live-action Disney film. It had comedy that really worked for the adults and just cracked me up. Number 6. I love it when the kids mix up the pills and John Travolta's face goes crazy.
I like that comment.
Number 7. This is going to be a great movie, because of Robin Williams, he's hilarious. Next comment. This is number 8. I watched this yesterday and I don't remember when I laughed so much in last couple of months. Really great comedy, really funny, you won't regret it if you go watch it. ... close parenthesis, making it our 3rd or 4th analog emoji is what I'm going to call it, refer to it as. That's going to go in the write-up.
That's the analog emoji is the right demographic, I think.
And then the last one is cannot wait to see this movie. Love the song in this. Okay, go. Here it goes again. And they're just naming the song that was in the
Okay,
movie.
that is a good song. Have you guys seen the music video for that song?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
you know
Yeah,
that they're
badass.
suing General Mills cereal company right now because they created like an OK Go like cereal cup, and they're
Oh
calling
no.
it. But like if they trademarked their name, that wouldn't be a problem now, would it? So I don't really feel too bad.
Right.
Fair.
So that's where we're at right now. Analog emojis are running rampant on YouTube.
Makes me wonder where you're gonna settle for your guess in test number 1, the worst of its kind.
I think you might have a really big load of grumpy, petrified poop up your soul's ass.
Which is the worst of its kind?
Well, I'll tell you. Starting with Jumanji, Rob Williams,
Mhm.
a 52.
Really?
I feel like it's better than that, but only because I grew up with it. That was like prime childhood movie.
Yeah, for me, it's like I would think it's like a 65, which is like generally well received, but like matter of taste. But
Yeah, like
that
not
seems low.
actually a good movie, but
Yeah.
It's
Honey,
not good. It's not good at all.
no, it's bad. It might even be on the podcast, and then Rob and I will be sitting there like trying to defend it while you tell us why it's so bad.
I haven't watched it since I was 12, so there might be rose-colored glasses, you know.
Yes, I have, and it is, as Bob said, it is really bad. But it brings up when you remember a thing fondly, for some reason you're just happy you're watching it.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad. Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids with Rick Moranis, a 78.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that one, Bob?
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
That's fair.
We Bought a Zoo with Matt Damon. I think only because of the zoo scene at the end of the movie, probably. But a 64 there. I haven't seen it. It looked boring to me.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Night at the Museum with Ben Stiller, a 43. I don't understand. I was going to mention this before with Jumanji.
Uh-huh.
Jumanji got a 52, and you wouldn't think it'd be worth redoing then. But then they had a whole, 2 or 3 movies with The Rock and Kevin Hart and Jack Black and
Critical and commercial success are two different things, so I could see that.
for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
so critical and commercial difference here is that the critics thought it was not even a so-so movie at 43. Well, it didn't even reach the 50 mark, but there are like 4 of them or 5 of them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess audiences just like the concept a lot. So a 43 there, and then Sky High with Kurt Russell. Haven't seen that one either. I think that's another kids movie. I'm unfamiliar with, but it has a 73. Maybe that's something we should take a look at for a good movie episode. Just kidding. Never.
And in the Marvel's Rob's Magic Marvel Corner, we'll be talking about Kurt Russell a little later too. With
That's true. We will.
Right.
We will indeed. An average of 62. Old Dogs. How did that do, guys?
94. I'm going basic exclusively on the YouTube comments. 94,
Jesus.
95%.
I'm gonna go with my typical 25.
Okay, well, you're 20 points high. It is a 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ. 5.
5 for a negative 57, putting us back on track for these high 50s, low 60s scores that we've had all season. And worst of its kind, no surprise there. We'll see how that stacks up against our current season champion, Michael, later in the episode. Test number 2 coming at you right now. This is where we summarize the movie again, but this way is a little more fun. This is called Ain't That a Pitch? Test number 2.
Oh, hi, Mark. This is the beginning of a scene. We talk about the movie, make the movie about the movie. In this case, The Room.
Ain't that a bitch?
I'm
I'll
so
go
psyched.
first.
Yeah, Bob's gonna be meeting Greg Sestero.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll find out.
He accepts all.
He's meeting Mark.
He
Bob's
is.
meeting Mark in a couple weeks,
He's-
and we're
Oh, please go. Please, when you see him, go, oh, hi, Mark. Please, God, do that. I'll go first. I feel like I haven't in a while.
All right.
Okay.
John and Robin's careers are in the pits. True what they say, old dogs, no new tricks. Disney tried for a comedy, but it left audiences vomiting because it's 90 minutes of old dudes taking wet shits.
I would like to go next because thematically we're very in line, and
Okay.
Okay.
I really hope this becomes a round robin thing like it did with Leonard Part 6, where we all basically said the same shit.
All right, sweet.
Okay.
Travolta and Williams screwed the pooch. It's rare for Robin, but it's John's recurring truth. Two old farts try to be fathers, but it seems like they couldn't be bothered to act like they gave a shit or two.
Very nice.
Shit,
Yeah,
no,
poops.
I didn't do that. Sorry, guys.
No poops, huh?
It's all good.
No poops. All right. There once was a dad with an unlimited budget.
Hmm.
I'm merely jealous. I don't begrudge it. Spray tans and nutshots, human puppets and yachts. Wouldn't be a Travolta movie unless a dog snuffed it.
Bob gets a
I'm-
4.5 on that.
I'm giving him a 5 for a 4.7. Hell yeah, Bob. Fuck yeah.
I know
Oh,
how.
man, that's awesome.
I think I watched it like a few days before you guys, and this is a
Yeah.
picture of Travolta at the
Yes.
funeral, the picture of his dog.
Unbelievable. Could
I
not
watched
believe
it, I watched it immediately after I learned that about Michael from Bob's
Oh my
Factor
God.
of Fact. You know,
That
it's
is-
fucking perfect.
It's fucking hilarious. Oh, really good segment. All right, test number 3, the most offensive.
Hey, do you guys want to talk about all the offensive parts that we witnessed in this movie?
In a few minutes, bitch.
For a live-action Disney comedy aimed at children, it's pretty offensive. What we're doing here is showing you every single moment in the movie that sticks out to us as offensive or in poor taste. Say what you will. Starting with number 1, smacking somebody's son with a soccer ball.
Yep.
2 minutes in, Robin Williams kicks the ball so hard and directly at a child when it's passed to him that it bonks him in the head. It's not that. It's not that he did that. It's that the filmmakers thought that we would laugh at a kid getting injured.
It worked
in
amazing.
the head. It
Right in
wasn't
the
like
face.
a
Yeah.
in the face. Yeah, exactly.
mean-
Everyone knows that that's no go. You can't do it in the face. Like dodgeball, that's a rule. That's a rule in like almost everything.
Yeah. And I have this theory that it doesn't matter what it is or where you are, the circumstance. If you get hit in the head with something, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's not even your fault. It's hardly ever your fault. But if you get hit in the head with something, it's embarrassing.
Yeah. I hear you there.
Yeah, it's weird. Number 2, cringeworthy cross-eyed comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I cannot believe they use this as a device in the movie. The lead actresses, I guess you can say, although she's not in the movie all that much, her best friend is cross-eyed, and we're supposed to think that's funny.
She's the hand model, right? Is that the one where?
Yes.
Yeah, Tom Hanks' wife.
Yeah. Rita Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, Charlie gets cheap chuckles by embarrassing his bud.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately you learn that Charlie's not a very good friend because Robin Williams' character Dan is asking him not to tell the story that he hates again. And 30 seconds later, he's once again embarrassing him for laughs because his whole job is to make the other side comfortable. And the way he does that is by making fun of his best friend.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's in bad taste. I mean, it's not even like the story is that funny. It's like, oh, he got divorced and then got remarried and divorced.
He's a 2-time loser. Is basically how he frames it.
Yeah, exactly. Number 4, Tan Dan, Indian Latin Oompa Loompa laughs. So we think it's really funny, right? That Dan, being super tan, has people confusing him for an Indian man, is a man of Latin persuasion, so to speak, and an Oompa Loompa even.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oompa Loompa was the least offensive of all
Of the 3, I agree.
Can we
Yeah.
can I just interject really quickly?
Of course.
What other movie that our fans could listen to on www.theworstmovieevermade.com has the same gag?
Oh, man.
Shoot.
Great question.
I
Let's
should
see.
know this one.
I could answer it if you don't want to run.
Hold on, I'm trying to think. It's somebody who accidentally
watch.
gets too tan.
It's another washed up has been doing the same exact thing. Yes.
Oh man, is it somebody that fell asleep like one side, face up?
No, it's Tim Allen.
It's Tim Allen, right?
In what?
mo-
Christmas with the Cranks.
Oh, okay.
I barely remember that. I think that I have repressed those memories.
Yeah, because they're gonna go on the cruise, and then they go to the mall, and then they get the tan.
Oh, that's
and then,
right. Yeah.
and then he eats the grapefruit, and it's like right in his mouth. Yeah.
I remember that now. I'm not happy that I do. I think that my brain was pretty good at deleting that movie from my memory on purpose, and now you've brought some back. Number 5, homophobic hilarity.
Yeah.
Isn't it
of
really
course.
funny? Isn't it really funny that they were mistaken as gay men? Isn't that super funny?
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Number 6, camp counselors, kid-free Frisbee.
Camp counselor.
Yeah.
Why
Right,
are they
no
having
kids.
an adults-only Frisbee game when it's a kids' camp weekend?
Because
Quite
the
a
Boy
violent one,
Scouts
too.
of America are a front for older men to lure in children so they can molest them. They're waiting for the roofie Gatorade cooler to do its trick, and they're just killing some time by playing some ultimate Frisbee.
And then the other kind of scat is coming out.
Yeah.
Grieving. This is number 7. Grieving group golf and Nutshot shenanigans. So I grouped these together because it's the golfing scene, but it is such a lame tie-in to get the translator there. Why not just have the translator with Robin Williams as Dan while he's playing golf so that they can have a conversation? Because it turns out that the people that she needed to be there for in the first place speak English. So
Right.
I'm very confused by this, but they have a grieving group. It's like they've lost someone important to them. And John Travolta, having the switcheroo on medication, eats all their food because he's ravenously hungry for the first time. It's really dumb. It's shoddily put together, and it's offensive.
Yep.
And I called it Nutshot shenanigans because Dan hits a ball backwards because of his depth perception issues due to the switcheroo on medication as well, and hits Seth Green in the balls with golf ball. And then the owner's son or another council member of the Japanese company in the balls as well. And we're supposed to think that's hilarious, right?
I'm no golfer, but I know that when you swing a golf club, you don't swing it back.
You do not swing it back.
Not in the way they did. You swing, you bring it back for the windup, but you don't bring it back after.
And if you did, you'd knock it right into the dirt because the club is. I mean, if it was even if it was a driver, every club is angled down on the back.
Yeah.
Even the ones with the straight edge, if you hit it, it would go straight into the dirt. It might pop up and hit you in the nuts, but they had to treat it like it was a regular golf shot for it to make sense, which it doesn't make sense.
No.
Number 8, facial paralysis punchlines.
Yeah.
So another group of people that I don't think is very funny to make fun of.
Yeah.
No.
People with disabilities, people who are gay, and number 9, people who are little because little leprechaun in a business suit. He's also a hobbit. They're talking about Seth Green, who's like, I don't know, how short is he really? 5'5"?
He's not dwarf stat.
That's small,
he's,
you know.
He's not a dwarf, but not yet a normie.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Britney Spears song?
Yeah.
I'm not a dwarf, not yet a normie. You guys want to mention anything else? It's those are the ones that really stuck out to me.
Yeah. Seth Green, just in general. I love.
Well, they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, they couldn't get Jamie Kennedy. I love Robot Chicken. I think that's his crowning achievement.
Yeah.
He is not a good actor. He is not a good writer. He is not funny. When he does stop motion with action figures, it's hilarious. But everything else is just like.
Okay. Well, I need your opinion then.
He's good voiceover.
Sure. Yeah. Because he doesn't have to do any physical acting then. What did you guys think of Can't Hardly Wait, the 90s movie? Like the 90s Kegger movie?
Oh, God.
All those movies, I guess there's a time and place for those, but I don't know.
They're
a bit extra.
He's he acts like an aspiring rapper, I guess, and he's very anti that visually. So it's not that bad, and I think it inspires Jamie Kennedy later in Malibu's Most Wanted.
I think you're right.
Yeah. But anyway, Bob, did you want to mention anything else that you found offensive I didn't mention?
No, you got it all.
Okay, cool. So we'll throw it to test number 4, and this is the one where we judge them very harshly for their poor use of dialogue. In test number 4, the worst dialogue.
Do you like what you see? Would you like to touch what you see? Would you like to go out with me? Would you like to fuck me?
Just the worst dialogue.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Number 5. Number 5. Thank you. Impulsive.
I've never seen him so free, okay? I mean, so impulsive. He was a changed man. Maybe not so changed. You know, it's hard to explain to a guy who's never had an impulsive moment in his whole life. There's two kinds of impulsive. There's the good kind, okay? This is plain stupid.
This is so romantic.
But when he woke up, he remembered, I was just married 14 painful years, and there I've gone and done it again to a woman that he barely knows. His soulmate.
You hear that fart?
They never laughed this much.
Did someone fart?
Yeah. There's like
A few hours later, my buddy here, my hombre, is the only guy I know that's been divorced twice in a 24-hour period. Now that's a true story.
All right, just to give you some context, at the very end there, they're chanting Fremont because that's a tattoo he got impulsively inked into his skin during this debauchery weekend in Miami.
Yes.
Need I say more? I feel like we can move straight to number...
Yarg!
And this is uncivil engineer.
Described this house as being a dangerous place for kids, so I hired the best child proofers there are. The tall guy over there, he was a civil engineer.
What kind of a civil engineer would be baby-proofing a house?
Failed one, sir. A failed civil engineer. I got a lot of bad road behind me, a lot of potholes. That is why I'm going to be extra vigilant in protecting your children.
They're 7, okay? And they're his kids.
That's true. That's progressive, and I'm all for it.
Oh, come on. Now, even I know you do not baby-proof a house for a 7-year-old.
Oh, what about the 15-foot deep end?
That's
I mean, sir, you got a flamethrower for a fireplace.
You know, it's a fashion. It's a style.
The spears? What kind of guy buys poison-tipped spears?
1,000 years ago, they were poison. I don't know if they're poison now.
You bought those 1,000 years ago?
No, they're...
You expect me to believe that? You designed this house of horrors.
You brought the kids to this house. Stop it. Don't eat that. Those are dog treats.
Yeah, well, everything tastes like dog food after I smoked salmon I just had.
Oh, you ate the salmon.
It's like they got every single nobody to be an
Yeah, every B pluser who is not an A-lister but like trying real hard.
It's the same supporting cast as Idiocracy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah.
That did occur to me. Weird. But really the shining star of bad dialogue in that, and Bob, I saw you shaking your head, but when Zach Braff says you expect me to believe that you bought those spears 1,000 years ago, it's supposed to be what? Like, this guy's really dumb, but we're gonna... I don't get the YouTubers who understand these comedy beats, because I don't understand why that would be funny.
It'd be funny in 1992.
Maybe.
That's all I have.
And it would have been Chevy Chase maybe who delivered that line. And I would have groaned anyway because it never was funny.
Right before they cut the scene, he just hits somebody on the catering staff.
Yeah. All right, number 3. Bob, you mentioned it. This is Human Puppeteer.
Sorry, everybody. So what's going on? Let's ask you a favor. What's your name? Remember we were at Wade's party and you were talking about a human puppeteer, this mechanism? You got that done?
When I was talking to you in confidence?
Yeah?
See, you know, you always had that problem.
This man is in trouble. He has trouble relating to his own children.
Oh, my God.
He needs your help. With your technology, we can fix this.
Oh, thank you.
It's true.
So let me get this right. You want to hire me to take this uptight man and make him a human puppet?
Yes.
I'm going to do it for you. Everybody jump, jump. Woo! I feel so doggone good here.
All right, good to go.
Now, Charlie, you told me that your friend didn't know how to play.
It's true.
Dan, now you don't have to. Charlie's gonna play for you.
For this suit?
Yes. Stick this down your pants.
Why?
That thing will emit such a jolt that it'll literally tickle your funny bone.
What was wrong with that?
What the fuck are we talking about? Put this electronic stick down your pants so that you can pretend to play like a king with your daughter, or for tea time.
Everything has like a specific spot for like the suit, but like just put this down your pants. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, I want you to tape this to your schlong. That'll get your funny bone going.
Here's an idea for a better movie. You dig up Bernie Mac's corpse, you put him in the suit, you give him a Hawaiian shirt and aviators, and whenever music plays, he dances, and you can call it Weekend at Bernie Mac's.
I was gonna go there if you didn't go there. Damn it. It was waiting. I could not wait for you to finish so that I can make the Weekend at Bernie Mac joke. Yeah. But as you were going, I was like, he's gonna say it. He's gonna say it. Yeah. God damn it. Yeah, I don't understand why they tried so hard to develop Bernie Mac's character there, Jimmy Lunchbox or whatever the fuck his name is, because they force in some interesting, I guess, dialogue in that segment, but it's totally unnecessary. Like, what's Travolta's character's name? Charlie. Charlie says to him, "Have you finished the human puppeteering suit yet?" And Bernie Mac's character, Lunchbox, is like, "I told you that in confidence. You've always had that problem." And then they don't develop it at all. It's like one of the threads that you think that they're going to unravel as the movie goes along. That like Charlie's not, that he is himself impulsive and not considerate, because he told Bernie Mac's character in front of everyone about the project he's working on and bullshit like that. But it doesn't come back again. It's just a wasted line. And then the obviously the human suit, the human puppeteering suit is just a bunch of bullshit, and I hate junk science. So there's that. Number. This is albino.
Vicky.
Vicky who?
South Beach Vicky. She's in town. She wants to see me today.
She just called you out of the blue?
No.
Dan. Yeah. Dan.
You know, last Christmas when I moved into the condo, I was feeling really lonely. Maybe I wrote a 7 to 10 page single-spaced letter.
Oh, Dan. You know, you've been using your feelings for this woman to avoid your life for 7 years. I set you up in the most exclusive, adult-only condo. You've never been to theme nights. You never once went to the Sunday morning schmooze and schmear.
You know, maybe she hasn't moved on either.
Well, you can't do it.
Why?
Because we're in the middle of our biggest deal ever, and you don't have the time.
She lives in Vermont. It's perfect. Start of a long-distance relationship. You know, you get 6 to 9 months of the spa, weekends, late-night phone calls. I still have my days free to work. She wants to meet me at Grand Central Station. And I don't know what I'm supposed to wear. Do you wear... It's not formal, obviously. It's a train station. But do I wear a sport coat or a coat and tie?
You can wear a sports coat, but you're not going like that.
Why?
Because you look like an albino.
What's wrong with being an albino?
Exactly.
More shots at people who... I can't even say they're less fortunate. I'm sure every albino out there is enjoying life just as much as I am.
Not at the beach.
Indoors.
So long as they're indoors. Adults only condos. That's a thing?
Yes, it is.
They do have like bachelor flats for like newly single, you know.
Okay.
But I don't think there's no kids allowed rules, but it's just meant for like people
who don't have kids.
Recently separated people who like are getting their shit together. But if their kids visit, I don't know. I can't speak for it because I never experienced it, but I would imagine their kids could visit.
Yeah,
you know?
I've experienced this. When my parents first moved to Florida, they lived in a 50+ community where you could have your grandkids visit, but they were not allowed to stay overnight. There was like some kind of rule about them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Boomers.
Just to keep the peace.
Yeah, boomers.
So they wouldn't have
Yeah,
to put
boomers.
a fence around the pool, probably.
Yeah, probably they don't have to baby proof the pool then.
Yeah.
Well, the real reason that one was clipped there is because of the schmoozenschmear.
Yeah.
Rob, you had a giggle. I did not. I was fucking angry. I was really fucking upset when he said schmoozenschmear.
I wasn't giggling with it. I was giggling at it.
Okay, thank God.
Yes.
Thank God for that. Because that legit made me upset. I didn't laugh. I just got a little pissed off. I broke one of my chairs. I just grabbed it and it was cheap wood and I just snapped it. And then I went back to viewing.
When Brendan Fraser just humps that chair across the room.
Yeah, no, I just my kids were in the living room, so I just snapped it quietly. My face is probably purple, but it's all right. We're moving on now to after the drum roll, of course, but number
1, Daddy. You know what? Fuck it.
Crib.
Listen, you're the one that forced me into that place.
I cajoled you.
Romantic.
Oh, look, they're going upstairs now. Man, this is my crib, man. This is where I get down. This is where I seek the 3 points. This is where I throw the TD. This isn't for kids, man. Look, that pool out there, that's got a 15-foot deep end. Look at this place. I got pointy-edged furniture. I got. Look at those spears. They probably still have poison on them. You don't want them in this house. Look, I do not lead a child-safe life, man. Is not how I roll,
Why is he doing the rap star thing?
Don't know.
Is it funny?
Because he's Travolta.
Yeah.
And if it was Seagal, it'd make a little more sense because he thinks he's like the black guy whisperer. but I've never seen Travolta thinking that he's like a fucking hip hop star before. This struck me as very odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says this is he starts off by saying cajoled, like I cajoled you, and I think that was supposed to be funny, the use of a word you hardly ever hear.
Yeah.
We all know what it means, but using it in that context was, I don't know, Seth Rogen-y, I guess, just not funny. And then he said, this is where I sink the 3 points. This is where I throw the TD. I assume that means he's having sex there.
Yes.
But that doesn't really jive with the point he makes, which is that my crib isn't child safe. He's unless he's saying I'm going to bring girls here to bang them, but he's not saying that. He's saying they might get injured here. So it's disjointed and shit, and said to us in the whitest way possible.
Yeah.
And I hated it. Anyway, Rob, your ad read, please.
Yeah. He was in Greece.
Hi, kids. It's me, Ronald McDonald, and I'm on the set of my very first motion picture ever. It's a movie called Mac and Me, and it stars my little friend from outer space here. His name is Mac, and I want to introduce you to him. Mac?
Rob's ad read.
Today's episode of The Worst Movie Ever Made is brought to you by Screen Actors Guild presents Crickets, the Show. Script writing is a lot harder than studios thought, so listen to these field recordings of crickets while looking at stock photos from the 2.5 Men production run. Crickets, the Show. It still has a Chuck Lorre vanity card at the end, but it's poorly written.
All right.
Wow. Activism.
Yes. That's great. And, I just love that we have so many different companies reaching out to us at this point, including Crickets, the Show. You know what? And I'm definitely going to check it out. I hope you guys do too. Our listening audience.
I'm kind of glad there's a strike because there's just too much fucking shows to watch, and this is going to thin the herd out a little bit,
See, I am such a hater. I am such a critic that I very, very rarely enjoy anything.
Yeah, same. That's why we do
and
the show.
and I think that's why we do a bad movie podcast in the first place, is because I think every movie's bad except for those couple.
Yeah.
And it's not a good thing. It's like how I don't like blue cheese, but I wish I did because apparently it's good on steak and like in stuff. I wish that I enjoyed more shows so that I can feel good more. And now after ending my therapy session here, I'm going to throw it to Bob for the test number 5, the worst production.
Where'd it go? The worst movie ever made presents the worst production.
You feel the lie. You can't keep that man. You can't even draw stick figures. Your cartoons aren't even funny enough to be on the Family Channel. You stink.
Hey guys, just came by to pick up the finished film.
Yeah.
Worst production. I actually stole the tagline from this from a critic that reviewed this movie.
Fair.
The tagline is Sledgehammer editing.
Ugh.
Okay.
Sledgehammer editing.
Yeah, Sledgehammer editing. So it doesn't help that we go from one impossible and ridiculous situation to another.
No.
But why does the situation and transition have to be so abrupt and sloppy? That's where I think they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like, are the penguins attacking? We think so. Oh, wait. There's one on his ear. They must be. Wait, but Robin Williams escaped. And he's suddenly on a flying suit. And he falls into the water. Wait, he falls into the water 3 to 4 times.
I didn't get that either.
I hated this.
I absolutely hated it as well. And there's a reason that it got a 5, and it's because they just didn't fucking care.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think, I'm thinking of like, I didn't think of it until you mentioned that editing technique. Do you think this is one of those things where they didn't have a full storyboard, didn't have a full script, so they're like, let's just shoot a bunch of non-sequential gags?
Yeah,
and then we can just basically just slide them on the storyboard wherever we want based on
the
exposition.
They probably had 30 gags, and one of the 30 was 2 dogs drown in a river. But they decided to cut that one out. But they probably had like 30 different, reels, and they chose the 8 that they liked the best and made a movie out of it.
Yeah.
That was one of our movies. One of the movies we did recently was that exactly as Rob described. They just filmed a bunch of gags and somehow strung them together. I forget. That was that Michael, maybe? I forget.
Yeah, it might have. I mean, Michael was that, right? I mean, it really was like just an episodic. It was like watching a TV show with 15-minute episodes for like 6 episodes straight. Where nothing really made a whole lot of sense together. And I guess this movie might have done a little better at going from one place to another. Like when they end up camping, at least the kids had a list of things that they wanted to do with Dad, and camping was one of them. So it did let in a little better than that. But yeah, there were plenty of examples of like times where I didn't really understand. I think the penguins is the perfect example of that. The penguins were attacking them, and then they're not in the penguin enclosure anymore, and it's like kind of unexplained. Like it might have been funnier if John Travolta had one like hanging off his leg.
Yeah,
exactly. When he was like, something like that when he's running away. But anyway, Sledgehammer editing. Yeah, true. So they would have to go with a fake animal, which I always have issue with.
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or is it with him? With him, it's probably a dog in a penguin suit.
I hear he can't even get hard unless he runs over a pile of puppies in his Hummer too.
Too true, man. Too true.
Oh God. Okay.
All right, cool. Test number 6: the worst acting.
Not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Just the worst acting.
Okay. 4 more clips coming at you, starting with number
1.
The story.
Promise you won't tell the story.
Fine, I won't tell the story.
Okay, you guys want to hear the greatest Dan Rayburn story ever? No, don't.
Come on, Dan. All right, 7 years ago, Dan's divorce had just come through, and his ex-wife had left his heart in tatters, and his bank account drained. Okay, let's tell him that. But he was taking it pretty well. Good. Taking it like a man. Stiff upper lip. Getting smart. What? Ah! People say I saved my partner's life that day. So many people get divorced. And neither one of you wanted kids. Now that seems like a stroke of genius. But that didn't console him. I had to act. I had to do something. Mr. Goodtime's gonna teach you how to live. Yeah.
Why are there 2 pieces of luggage?
Oh, just a little jaunt. Nothing too wild.
Hey, Mr. Goodtime, you said we'd come to Miami. We did. Can we go home now? Whoa.
Yeah.
This drink come with a diving board? It's insane. Well, this is Steph, I think.
So as a best friend, I felt compelled to give him a gentle reminder of what it was like to be free.
Okay, I have a lot of things to say. I don't know if that's surprising, but Robin's funny crying is just fucking awful.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's supposed to be really humorous the way he like is breaking down as a man and like, you know, just weeping into his friend's shoulder because it's so outrageous, but it is so far over the top that it is, you know, just obvious bullshit, which I hate. A jaunt, Charlie says. It's just a jaunt. It's another one of those. So it's like cajoled. It's another one of those situations
he keeps
where
using like Victorian or like early American like realist type of language.
I'm telling you, it's like a Seth Rogen technique or something. It's like the first Seth Rogen movie came out, and they were like, "We're gonna use some of those beats," and it just doesn't work here. And then so I've watched a lot of Robin Williams, and I've seen the Robin Williams on HBO special too many times. So many times, in fact, that I feel like I can kind of point to you when he's like free flowing and not on script. And when he says diving board about the drink, like the margarita or whatever he gets, I think that was improv because he goes, "Oh, you need a diving board for this. It's insane." And it's insane thing is what he does when he's transitioning from thought to thought. He'll often with Robin Williams. Check this out. I might have said this on Hook. He'll say, "Don't be afraid," and it doesn't work. There is no context behind it. It is like his or huh or you know like how people will say like to transition from one thought to the next. They throw like a sound or a word in there. He says, "Don't be afraid," and I think I just did it myself. I said but I think it's insane was his next. I'm going to make another joke. They were like riff on how big the drink is, riff on it, and then we're gonna take use your best take.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's like when a stand-up comedian's like strap in because it's about to get crazy over here, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you need a transition from one bit to the next or something.
Yeah.
And Williams is really good at improving, but part of that is that his transitional thoughts are funny, I guess, too. Yeah, but if you've seen enough of him, you know what they are, and I recognize that there. So check that out. Watch the HBO special and tell me he doesn't say "Don't be afraid" 15 or 20 times. It's kind of crazy. He actually even says it in movies. It's enough to piss you off. Anyway, number 2. This is Rochelle.
What's your name?
Rochelle.
Oh, Rochelle. Oh, well, I didn't know they could afford to hire supermodels here.
Hey, Pops. Isn't being a grandparent the best?
I'm not a grandparent.
My grandkids call me Nub Nub. What do your grandkids call you?
Nub Nub is good.
Attention,
Yeah.
Fabulous Diners. We have just been informed we have 2 new members to the Grandparents Club.
Oh, God.
Hey, seniors, 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 enjoy the family. Seniors, seniors, we hope you're here to stay. Seniors, seniors, we like to make a fuss. Seniors, every material is on us. Seniors,
I'll be right back.
Rochelle. I don't know what happened back there. Just a little too much excitement for me.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. No, this is just an accident.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh,
It's nothing to
God.
be embarrassed about.
I'm not embarrassed.
I'll get you something.
It's a glass of water, that's all.
One glass of water gets my pump going, too.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that?
He's stealing the words out of Rob's mouth. So much.
He wasn't saying it, so I had to.
The director is like, all right, do things that people do, but make it funny. And he leaves John Travolta and an aging, out of thoughts Robin Williams to do that job, and it just doesn't work in any aspect ever, not once in this movie, and I fucking hated it. So, what restaurant has a seniors song? Because it doesn't make seniors feel particularly good. They just want the discount and for you to shut the fuck up about it, because nobody likes to be old.
No.
I was getting Bennigan's vibes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it's like the happy birthday song that some corporate places make their employees do, but they would never do it about seniors. Because like I said, seniors don't want to be applauded for being old. They want their discount and to pretend that they served in the military so that they can get an extra 5% and leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's pass it on to number 3. This is the original kind of, but it is titled Scat.
You ladies ready to play a little ultimate frisbee?
I think so, Mr. Testosterone.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimate frisbee, that's our game.
Hey, let's do this for our kids, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the kids, yeah, baby.
All right, let's do this. Sports marketing! Yeah, sports marketing! Yeah! Sports marketing, make the D. Yeah!
That's bear scat, gentlemen.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Dad,
Yeah.
I think scat is poop.
Really, son?
Yeah.
Do I poop on my face?
Yeah. Scat happens, man.
That could have been worse dialogue, I think.
Yeah, and
Scat happens.
Here's the thing. If they're intelligent enough to use words like jaunt and cajole, like you were saying, Chris,
yeah,
I think these intelligent head of their industry marketing gurus would know what the word scat means.
Yeah, you.
I agree. I think that once they put it on their fingers, they would smell that it is shit.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, but Rob said both of you are right. Fuck that.
Inconsistent.
Yeah, fuck that scene. Fuck everything. Matt Dillon. Huh.
Yeah.
How about that?
Cameo.
And then Robin Williams goes, "All right, Mr. Testosterone," which is supposed to be a really funny knock at the fact that Matt Dillon is like masculine, I guess.
Yeah. Overly.
And then they are chanting sports marketing.
Yeah.
Together. Like, does that get your blood flowing? Like, if you and I, Bob or Rob, were sports marketers, is that what we would be saying to each other when we're smearing bear scat on our faces to get ready for a big Frisbee game?
I worked in the content marketing sector for a while, and it reminds me of everybody you see on LinkedIn. I'm so thrilled to be like part of this amazing team. And then I think during a team building exercise, they might chant stupid shit like that, to be entirely honest.
All right, fair.
That's horrible.
And then when his son says, "I think scat is poop," Robin Williams goes, "Really, son?" And it's a very odd and unbelievable line. Like, wait, what is he? He's like, "Is that real? Or are you telling me it's really poop?" Like, I think you would just recognize that it's poop, and that never would have happened. And this movie fucking sucks. But we have one more that we have to play for you, and it's number 4. And Bob mentioned the scene already. This is Super Dad.
Penguins! Killer penguins! Killer penguins! Tommy! Dad! What's he doing up there?
Oh, he wanted to be a superhero for his daughter's
Does
birthday.
he know what he's doing?
Yeah, it's like a ride. Don't worry about it, man.
Go, Danny boy! Have the wind beneath your wings!
There's no stopping Dan Rayburn!
Did you see a little man? He's about yay big. He's got reddish hair. He looks like a hobbit. Oh, just go to your happy place. Just go to happy place.
1, 2, 3.
I can fly! I can fly! Yeah!
superhero, just like you wanted.
I'm coming, kids!
Oh my gosh, Dan?
It's Dad!
Now imagine that entire scene, but with Jamie Kennedy instead of Seth.
Oh my god. It would. I mean, this movie would have been made. I think we wouldn't have this on the podcast if it was Jamie Kennedy instead.
Yeah.
No, it'd be Oscar contender.
Yeah.
Even if he was in the flight suit or the one yelling about crazy penguins or whatever,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where Jamie Kennedy ends up in this movie. But Travolta's Charlie starts with killer penguins, which I don't know. I'm not sure that the penguins succeed in killing anyone.
Plus, they invaded their space, man. Penguins had every
for
right
real.
to defend.
Agreed. Yep. And then, like a ride, the very terrible extra actor. I don't know if this guy is an aspiring actor, or if they just like found him, and they were like, "Can we use your van or something?"
Yeah,
he's in the picket lines right now.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's probably a writer, but he's probably since been fired for having anything to do with this piece of shit movie. But he's like, "Yeah, it's like a ride. Don't worry about it, man." But like with less enthusiasm than I just said it.
Yeah.
And then Seth Green is in the arms of a giant mechanical piece of shit gorilla that looks really awful. And he's like, "Go to your happy place. Go to your happy place." Because the gorilla is going to kill him, he thinks. But the gorilla is like entertained by coddling him at the moment. I don't know. It's all just bullshit and I hate it. And I don't want to talk anymore. So I'm going to send it to fact or no fact.
Fact or no fact?
Money now and a lot more when I get in that office. You can take that to the bank.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
All right, fact or no fact. This is our favorite part of the episode, where I renamed Old Dogs as a tribute. I just called it Dead Dogs. Which hopefully is the last time hopefully the last time we have to mention that. All right, so I've gathered 4 facts about this movie and added a lie to see if you guys could find the lie in this list of things. So here goes. First one. This film at the box office grossed $35 million on a budget of $35 million. All right. At the 2009 Academy Awards, which, by the way, covers the previous year's movies, a brief sneak preview for this movie is seen in the credits for next year's Oscar race.
No way.
Okay, this film was originally adult-oriented with an R rating, but Disney decided to distribute under the Walt Disney Pictures title and removed all the adult jokes. Okay, fourth one. John Travolta and Robin Williams were actually close friends in real life. And the last one. The Tokyo street scenes were actually shot in New York City, though the majority of the film was filmed in Connecticut. Chris.
How about that? Not something I'm proud of.
Yeah. All right.
Those are your 5. Go for it.
I'm going to go with the believable ones first. I could see this breaking even. Whether it's like a dollar for dollar, like 35 million versus 35 million, or like it had a reported budget of 35 million and made like 36 million. You know, I believe that order of magnitude. Believe it or not, I actually believe the Academy Awards thing because it's Robin Williams and John Travolta. I guarantee, like, you pay to get your shit on shit, and this is certainly shit, and they certainly have money, or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Disney
That's
has
true.
money. So it's like the market is, as much as you want to think the market is organic, it's mostly money changing hands and things being made visible based on what the bottom line is. I do know for a fact that Disney does not like R-rated movies because I believe they just recently got the rights to like the Predator franchise, and
no kidding.
They made like the exception for putting it under like a different vanity like banner, so it could be like owned by Disney but not like taint them with an R rating. So I do believe that I do believe that to an extent, but they didn't really remove adult jokes because there weren't really any kid jokes in this movie. It was all just really bad adult, like not
Fair.
bad as like, oh, they're so bad, but just like not well delivered jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Travolta and William are friends. I could see them being like on a similar lot when Mork and Mindy and Welcome Back Kotter were both in their heydays.
All right,
So,
fair. That's good use of on-screen history. there.
maybe they're like work buddies. Like I don't know if they're on the same network, but like that was around. They were both like coming up around the same time. So
Yeah.
Tokyo street scenes were in New York, and the rest of the movie was in Connecticut. I'm gonna say The Lie is number 3. The originally adult oriented but removed jokes because I think this is still very much an adult movie, and they're still adult jokes. They're just not funny.
Sure.
So I think it's like a little bit of Bob. I think like there's some truth in it, but I don't think it ever garnered an R rating, and I don't think they removed any jokes. If anything, they probably tried adding jokes. So I'm gonna go number 3.
That was one of my favorites here too, but I'm gonna go with number 2. The 2009 Academy Awards having this in the Oscar race for next year. I refuse to believe it.
All right, so
Bob laughs at us.
This is where I laugh at you. So
damn
at the box office alone, the film grossed over $96 million.
Bah, grab that.
There's the
on a
red
th-
yeah,
on a $35 million budget. So the budget was accurate; it was $35 million, but it grossed like triple its budget, and that was before DVD. DVD made like $20 million. So
God,
they made a shit ton of money on this movie.
Okay,
which is
they
ridiculous.
did not deserve to.
Back to the
So
point that a critical success does not necessarily make a commercial success, and vice versa.
Exactly.
Yes.
And yeah, so yes, it was in the previews for the next year's Oscars. It was originally R-rated with adult jokes, and they took all the adult jokes out to make it not R-rated. They were friends. Good call on that one. They were friends, and yeah, they was mostly shot in Connecticut, except for the street scenes in New York to look like Tokyo.
Unfucking believable. Almost $100 million.
I should have known that based on the YouTube comments.
No, I want to say it made a total of like a 115. I mean, it was
that makes sense.
Insane, just absolutely insane.
I'm pulling it up right now because now that we're done with the fact checking stuff. Let's see. Budget was $35 million. It made $96.8 million. So
that was box office.
Is that worldwide?
Worldwide box office, yeah, but not counting after sale DVDs.
Right, yeah. Worldwide gross is probably, yeah. Well, Bob said another 20 million, so you're probably right on the mark with the 115.
Yeah.
116. All right, that makes me really upset. Let's throw it to the catch-all.
Time to have a little bit of fun with the catch-all. We're going to get our little nets. We're going to prance around like SpongeBob catching the jellyfish. And we're going to catch every darn little thing that we want to. Doesn't that sound like fun?
I still ain't hating on New York City skyline openings. I'm just not doing it. They don't even give Dan a pitch to make him seem credible, as good at his job in the beginning.
Yeah, it shows him like a stumbling, bumbling idiot because he can't believe that story was told again, and then it cuts away.
Yeah. And then he goes to the projector, and he's like about to give the pitch, but they were too lazy to even make the pitch.
Yeah,
so
like
that we know he's good at his job. Yeah. Charlie's entire job is to make the clients laugh, and he does that at his partner's expense. I said this already, but it makes him a shitty friend.
Yeah.
He's just a shitty friend.
Yeah.
They walk or they work in a. Did you see the building that they work in?
Wasn't that where they had the first pitch? Wasn't that in their where they had the conference call, right?
And it's like the building looks like kind of it's cool architecture. It looks like kind of melted almost.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I actually thought the building was really cool. So
Yeah, I guess so. If only it were real.
Yeah, right. Travolta is supposed to be a total hunk still, right? Is that what
Yeah,
we're
he is.
take away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that incredibly young tanning salon person was like enamored with him. I don't think so.
Yeah, exactly. That's and they make him like kind of a buffoon in this movie, so I don't really understand how he's good with women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spray tan physical comedy, very much funny. Hee hee.
Yeah.
Ha ha. And then Vicky, I think her character's name is, has family secrets to remove spray tan.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
I don't know. Yeah.
He never even wonders if they're his kids.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
He's just like, okay, I believe you.
I feel like anytime someone springs multiple offspring on you out of the blue, you should
Right.
probably at least do a mouth swab or something.
Yeah. Just so you're not like cucking for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The coldest and most moronic father wouldn't shake hands with his daughter goodnight.
No.
Yeah.
He's not that dumb and unattached. Charlie called his kids cute when they're in a dormant configuration.
Yeah.
Luis Guzman, Zach Braff, Matt Dillon, Seth Green, Justin Long, and Bernie Mac. What the fuck?
They were sharing a production lot.
Yeah, it must have been.
It was easier than doing a casting call. Just like, hey, you got like 5 minutes.
We
don't want to go through a month-long audition process.
So,
yeah. We'll give you $20,000 for 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah. Speaking of Seth Green, why is his character?
Yeah. Why?
So,
what kind of camping is that?
I don't know.
I feel like they're just at a park, and they're like throwing frisbees around. I don't feel like it's camping at all.
Yeah, they do have that because I used to travel with my family when I was younger. We had like a pop-up camper, and like you just basically you set up at a national park, and then you go like to the beach. You go sightseeing, and then you come back to the campground. So
it's not as hardcore.
It's not. It's like a white trash hotel. That's how I describe it.
Fair enough. Yeah. I feel like if there's no Dinty Moore, it's not hardcore.
Yeah. If there's no Dinty, that's good. If there's no Dinty Moore, it's not hardcore.
Cool. Prison Rules Frisbee is such an overused comedy beat. Like the rest of the movie, the physical comedy is criminally unfunny. Yeah. That's just I'm just spitting facts here. Medication comparison. Go ahead.
Like everyone's gonna agree to that prison rules rule.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let's just beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
Let's sharpen this toothbrush and get fucking real.
I don't understand why they picked Justin Long for that either. Because like, was he so? I mean, I guess he's in good shape. Was he supposed to be like? It's funny that he's supposed to be the intimidating one because he's not. Because he's not.
I think
not
comically and unintimidating. I think.
I guess, but he's really not in bad shape. You know.
Yeah.
No. He wouldn't be the first person I picked out of a crowd to have a fight with. You know.
Yeah.
No.
Medication comparison is an obvious bit of foreshadowing, so much so that it makes it like less funny. The whole device.
Yeah, you know what? In bad movies, they do the same thing in every movie where if they mention that in the first act, their medicine, and then like 20-30 minutes passes, and then the switcheroo happens, it's funny. But they set it up.
That's better.
Before. They set it up the scene before every time, and you know it's coming because like there's if the camera zooms in on like the little the rose in the room.
Yep.
And then you call back to the rose like at the end in the third act. You're like, oh yeah, that's the thing they were trying to make the connection.
Yes.
But, like, it's just like bing bang boom done. Hamburger time, you know.
Well, also, like it was like such a long setup. Like it was.
It really was.
You knew it was coming. It was just so long, too long.
Yeah, it was just hit you over the head with it. You would know if you're about to pop the wrong pill. By the way, Like I take a couple of pills just like every morning, like this and that, just things to keep you healthy.
Yeah, but you know what they look like, yeah.
I know what they fucking look like. If I'm about to pop somebody else's pill in my mouth because my kids did a switcheroo on me, I would know before I consume it.
Yeah.
Why is the safety squad still here? They've been around for like 2 days.
Yeah. Because every gag was shot out of sequence and they just
Probably. Suddenly, after the Robin robot misfires, he can pretend, which really bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was disjointed. And I wrote, we said this already, but parenting is made a lot easier when you have unlimited cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, unlimited. Totally unlimited.
Yeah, for real. Like, I'm just going to pay to meet all of the New York Mets.
Resources
with my
are
kids.
nice to have, yes.
Yeah, apparently. When Seth Green's character says, "You guys are like two fathers I never had," is that another gay joke? Because if it was, it wasn't even clear.
Yeah,
No, I think it was the whole grandfather thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, like, well, I'm not your colleague. You're older than me. It's
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
because you're old. Did I hear Goo Goo Dolls in this movie?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah. It's when Robin Williams like misses his kids. I think they play the like typical Goo Goo Dolls
Let's see.
song that you would search.
Old Dogs soundtrack. Old Dogs 2009 IMDb.
Come on, tell me there's some Goo Goo.
Let's see. You've Been a Friend to Me and Rhythm. No. Gary Bonner, Glenn Ruger, Sammy Kahn.
Come on.
I'm not. Let me
Make it
F.
right.
That's a big soundtrack. Goo. I control F and type the word goo, and I'm not getting anything, man.
Damn, I really thought. Okay, all right, fine. They're just going to both move to Japan.
Yeah.
Like it's no big deal. Like, I guess we're just gonna have to like pack our one suitcase and move to Japan now.
Yeah. Especially
No
when
questions asked.
It's been demonstrated that they're able to telecommute just fine.
Yeah, for real. What the fuck? Just have a meeting every afternoon. If it's that important. The karaoke joke is just trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was just awful. Fuck Zach, by the way, the kid, for unplugging all of their shit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Like, find an outlet. There's probably one in the house that doesn't have a fucking anything important plugged into it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like a very modern home.
Yeah, for real. Vicky says, "Don't serve the time. Let the time serve you." Which I guess is her saying, "I'm going to make myself better. I'm going to focus on myself for the 2 weeks I'm in jail."
Yeah.
Turd. Just a big turd. Show us that facial paralysis smile again. The Japanese council members say, because they find it just so hilarious when John Travolta goes,
yeah.
Oh, he misses his kids.
Man.
You're supposed to feel that way, right?
Family man.
Yeah. Seth Green takes the risk by breaking into the zoo, but they shuffle into the large pipe all together. So what does it matter? I mean, if they're going to get arrested, they're all getting arrested. They're probably not going to be thrown into the same jail cell, but we do have faulty pipe logic once more.
Yes, pipe logic. Yes.
Big fake animals never look good. I foreshadowed this before, but the gorilla looked fine until it was like running at them, and then you could see that it's just like a guy in a padded suit that's got some like mechanical elements to it.
Yep.
I mean, we said it, but penguin attack, they're probably going to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Dan is on a stretcher after falling 15 feet into water.
Sorry, that's
a good point.
I thought the same thing as soon as I watched him. Like, what happened?
Like,
He's in a stretcher.
Seriously, what's his injury? I don't even know. And then they're baby proofing a boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking break. I don't know. Anything else you want to mention before we go to Rob's Magic Marvel Corner?
No.
No, nothing.
Good. Rob, take it away.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
Rob's Magic Movie Corner.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I quite liked it. And we'll get into why as soon as you guys ask me your questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, go first this time, Bob.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Oh, okay. Go for it.
So, do you think the sequel was inevitable or appropriate, or both?
It was inevitable because that's the whole business model for Marvel. You do the origin story, and then hopefully, if it's successful enough, they will do the penultimate and then the ultimate installment.
The entire comic book series, essentially.
But
yeah,
and now we're in the territory where I've been noticing that the trilogies are wrapping up, so they're trying to find ways to go beyond that.
Yes,
on the more successful ones. But I think it was inevitable, and I think for the business model it is necessary. And like every other Marvel movie, the sequel is kind of better because you don't have to establish the characters. You just right off the rip, you're ready to get some action done. And
yeah.
The characters can play off each other more naturally because you don't have to build that lore because it's already been built.
Okay.
Fair. Are you glad to be back with this ragtag bunch?
Yeah, it's, you know what? I found myself laughing. There's a couple things I laughed at. Unless you guys are asking what I thought was funny later, I can tell you right now.
I don't.
No, I don't.
Taser face.
Taser face?
There's a villain.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Taser face, and the raccoon's like, what kind of fucking douchebag names himself Taser face? And then, like, maybe like 25 minutes later, he introduces himself as Taser face, and like the main antagonist is just like laughing at it. Good timing. Good timing. They set the bit up.
They do know how to. Yeah, their comedic timing is good.
Over here, unlike
old dogs.
The setup's right here, and then the punchline's right there.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah,
all right, Baby Groot, fan or not a fan?
It's stupid.
I agree.
Yeah, they could have just gotten Ant-Man or something, you know.
Disney knows that if they put big eyes on a small, cute character, it sells.
Yep.
It's just true. Well, Rob, did you want to expand on that, or should I go with my second?
No, it's just they could have gotten Ant-Man for the small stuff.
They could have. If you had to name a planet on the spot for this galaxy that they are guarding, and you couldn't call it Shotgun Blast, what would you name it?
Omicron.
Fuck, I forgot about Omicron. Damn it! I wish I remembered Omicron.
It's not to the biggest problem in the universe where the main guy says that, like, oh, it's so unoriginal and contrived. They couldn't even come up with a good planet name. And then, like, they ask him what he would call it, and he's like, Shotgun Blast. And then, like, 4 episodes later, he talks about how, like, smart and original he is, and you hear, like, the audio engineer in the background. He's just like, Shotgun Blast? Stupid.
That show is so good.
We're still trying to get Bob to listen to the big problem.
It really is so funny.
It's the Seinfeld podcast. I don't know if that's a selling point or a deterrent for some people.
Yeah, that's a detractor. Don't tell him that.
Okay.
All right, Chris. Oh, no, you alluded to this earlier. Kurt Russell as Ego. Is that a good choice in your opinion?
Funny.
He was fine. I mean, anybody probably could have done it, but I'm glad it was him, I guess. I don't feel strongly either way. If it was, they should have given him the eye patch. That would have been better.
That would have been.
He was fine. Jeff Bridges would have been good in that role too. The older, long-haired, like, kind of like, used to smoke a shitload of weed when I was younger, but like I'm cool now. Like,
yeah, but he's already in the Marvel universe.
Is he really?
Yeah, he was the bad guy in the first Iron Man movie.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he's bald and doesn't look like his typical.
He doesn't look like Jeff Bridges. Okay. He doesn't look like the dude. Yeah,
but it is him. All right, number 3 for me.
Yep.
Are you happy or sad for Kurt Russell being in this?
It's same answer. I don't feel strongly either way. It could have been Jeff Bridges. but it wasn't. And Kurt did an okay job. I would have
I
liked.
thought you'd hate the movie more. Yeah, I thought you'd hate the movie more. So I figured.
I truly try to watch things in a vacuum without like outside influence and just try taking it like at face value for what they're trying to do, and for what they're trying to do, they did a good job.
Fair enough.
And like unlike other Marvel movies where they like Hulk.
Yep.
Hulk.
Why can't they get him right?
Why can't they get Hulk right? But Hulk, they were trying to do something and they didn't. Like it's like what Guardians of the Galaxy, like we want a campy ragtag group. We want like the iconic like 70s and 80s soundtrack. We want it to be PG-13 but borderline R with the profanity.
Yeah,
they pulled it off. They
do. They do. All right, fair enough. Let's throw it to bad credit names.
Yep.
And you're the biggest liar of them all. I am warning you. You tell me another and I'll rescue myself. That is a promise, Miss
Rose, sister Rose.
Of course. Another plant. Rose.
Bad credit names.
All right, I'm going to try to fly through the rest of this podcast because I feel like I have a giant water balloon in my bladder right now. But Costas...
One cup gets my pump going too, Chris.
First, Costas Panay.
Huh.
Arlen Absack.
Okay.
Dylan Sprayberry.
How is that not number one?
Because number one is Dusty Shekel. It's like the penny somebody forgot about in the corner of the house.
Yeah.
Sprayberry.
Yeah. Dylan Sprayberry. All right, that's it. Movie comparison.
Now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to compare the movies.
Michael, our new champion versus Old Dogs, which I hope. Man, this is so funny. I did every fucking thing backwards. I put all the scores for Michael in Old Dogs. Don't ask me why, but anyway, I'll do my best to not make a mistake when I'm comparing the movies. It's Michael and Old Dogs. Negative 35.2 in the worst for Michael. Not too strong when you consider that Old Dogs had a negative 57 in worst. Clear winner for Old Dogs.
Yeah.
Again, Old Dogs taking it. Bob, you had a 4.75 for the pitch, and Michael had a 4 by Rob. So another win. We'll talk about offensive in a minute. We have confusing and disjointed everything arc versus Sledgehammer editing for production. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go Sledgehammer because at least Michael had like a logical progression. They were going from point A to point B, and they had some
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No, I'm
point A to point B, and they had some mishaps.
I'm voting Michael for this one.
Okay,
Chris, you're the tiebreaker.
I'll go Michael as well to make things interesting. Dialogue. What's worse?
Definitely Old Dogs.
Yeah, dialogue was worse than Old Dogs.
I agree. Okay, acting. What's worse?
Oh shit!
It's William Hurt. Yeah,
sucks.
You know.
Don't panic, room. I'm not going to William Hurt you. Oh fuck!
I'm gonna go Michael for this one.
Same.
Acting. Fuck it, yeah.
William Hurt pissed me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Okay, 3-2 heading into offensive. We have a demerit. You want to do the demerits first or offensive minigame first?
Do the minigame.
All right, let's throw it to it.
I can kill you now, or I can relieve you of this gift. This black gift.
The not so mini offensive minigame.
Okay, judge, defendant, bing bong, or paralysis punchlines.
Paralysis.
Yeah.
Okay. Punishing the pooch or Indian Latin Oompa Loompa.
Oh man, offensive wise, I would guess the Indian one.
I mean,
Rob?
everybody's had a hot mic moment, but not everybody's murdered a dog. So I'm just pounding the pooch. I'm gonna go with pounding the pooch.
Okay. I said punishing. What's on your mind?
I'm hot. Sorry.
Okay, that makes it a legit tie. So we're going to the bonus round like we rarely do. I hope you're ready. Homophobic ha-has or Michael's yucky mush mush.
Homophobic ha-has. I don't care what how disgusted Rob is with the cereal.
I'm gonna go with the one that's against Prop 8. So yeah, or is 8 was it Prop 8? Yeah. Whatever.
Okay, homophobic ha-has.
Yeah.
All right. So the demerit section was cereal, and we don't have one for old dogs yet.
Seth Green. Can we just add Seth Green to that too?
Yeah.
Bad child actors.
Bad child actors. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Bad child actors.
That yeah.
That takes the cake for me.
Seth Green's included.
Seth Green is
Because he's diminutive. I get it. All right. Old dogs or Michael? We've got worst 1, pitch 2 for old dogs, 1 offensive for Michael. That's 2-1. Dialogue 3-1 old dogs. Production 3-2 Michael. And Michael fires back with acting 3-3 demerits. Do we have cereal or Seth Green and bad child actors?
Bad child actors.
Yeah, this is worse than Michael.
This is at the point
Wow.
in our human history where like there were good child actors.
Yeah, that's true.
In the 80s and 90s, it was kind of fucked up because like, people were just kind of forcing their kids. But I feel like later on, like kids had a little more autonomy, or like they were more talented. Even just
Well, one of them was Travolta's kid.
No shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Boy or girl?
The girl.
Oh, okay.
Well, grandkid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Worst of the season is old dogs. Michael's reign did not last for very long. Next week we are doing a fan submission. This one is Cobra with Sylvester Stallone. Couldn't be happier with that suggestion. It is so perfect for our podcast. Rob, plug us, send us to Bob for his last word so I can go pee-pee.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. All our shit's there. Just find us and email us. Bob.
Hell yeah.
The dog snuffed it.
All right. And then let's play it out with Rib.
Charlie, listen, you're the one that forced me into that place.
I cajoled you.
Romantic.
Oh, look, they're going upstairs now. Man, this is my crib, man. This is where I get down. This is where I seek the 3 points. This is where I throw the TD. This isn't for kids, man. Look, that pool out there, that's got a 15-foot deep end. Look at this place. I got pointy edge furniture. I got look at those spears. They probably still have poison on them. You don't want them in this house. Look, I do not lead a child-safe life, man. Is that not how I roll?
Well, actually, it's really fucking dope, dude.